Hello, thank you for checking out A1 Math, and today we're looking at linear inequalities in two variables. Now, in order to solve these problems, there's three steps. Step one, solve for the inequality for y, get it in slope-intercept form. Step two, graph the line, or graph the boundary line. If it is a equal to part here, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, you want to use a solid line. If it doesn't have that, you want to use a dash line. Okay, and then step three, determine which side should be shaded. It's either below or above. If your y is less than everything else, then it's below. If your y is greater than, then it's above. Okay, so let's take a look at an example. Okay, this one's already done for you, but it goes through each one of the steps. Step one, which was solve for y, and they took 2x plus 4y less than or equal to 4. I'm sorry, 2x plus y less than or equal to 4. And then they solve for y by subtracting the 2x on both sides. Y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 4. All right, step two, you want to graph the boundary line. And you want to use a solid line because you have equal to. Okay, so you're going to come over here and you're going to find the slope or the y-intercept, which is 4, right here. And then do your rise over run because your m is equal to negative 2 over 1. So you're going to go down. So you go down 2 and over 1. And that makes another dot. You go down 2 and over 1. All right. So, and because it has an equal to, equal to, you're going to use a solid line. Step three, determine which side to shade. Do you shade above or below? Well, once you have it solved and you have your y is less than or equal to this, since it's less than, you want to go below. Below for less than, and you shade here. So with a solid line, every point on that line is included in the solution. You could put anything in here on this line and below it in the solution. So to double check, what they did is they substituted 0, 0. And see 0, 0 is right here, and that should be in the solution. It should work. So when they plug in 0 for x and 0 for y, they end up with 0 is less than or equal to 4. 0 is less than or equal to 4, so that works. Okay, let's take a look at another example. Okay, in this example, we'll go through the three steps. Step one, solve for the inequality for y. Well, it's already solved for y, so we already have that step down. Step two, we want to graph the line and see if you use dash or solid. So my slope here is negative 2 over 1. And my y-intercept is negative 9. So I'm going to begin at negative 9, which is down here. And I got negative 2 over 1. Well, I can't go down 2, so I'm going to go up 2, but then make this be a negative 1. So I go up 2 and back 1. And since my slope is negative, it has to go down. Okay, so I've got the line. And because it's not an equal to, we're going to use a dash line. Step three, we want to go through and tell if we shade above or below. Well, since it's less than, that means less means below. We're going to shade below. And that's it. So everything in here will be part of the solution. Okay, let's take a look at another example. Okay, so we'll go through the steps again. Step one, we're going to solve for y. So I'm going to rewrite this over here. Y minus x less than 3. And I'm going to go ahead and solve for y. I'm going to add x on both sides. And y will be less than x plus 3. So now I have in slope-intercept form, my slope is going to be equal to 1 or 1 over 1. And, okay, so again, now that I got my slope, I'm able to go ahead and graph it. And I'm going to start with my y-intercept. So it's going to be at positive 3. So I'm gonna make a point right here at positive 3. And then I'm gonna go up 1 and over 1 and make a new point. And you can do that again. So you have your dots there. So you know my line's gonna come through here. So now I have that. And I need to go ahead and figure out what type of line I need. And since it's not an equal to, it's going to be a dash line. So I'm going to make dashes right here, like that. All right, so that's step 2. Step 3 is determine, do I say down, below it, or above it? Well, since the y is less than, I'm going to shade below it, like so. At any point on this side that's not on the line will be included in this equation. Okay, let's take a look at one more example. Okay, on this one, again, we want to solve for y. So that's the first thing. I'm going to rewrite the equation. X plus y plus 2 greater than or equal to 0. All right, and I'm going to solve for y. So I want to subtract the x on both and the 2 on both sides. I'm going to move on this side with the 0. So I end up with a negative x over here and a negative 2 over here. And this will cancel out. I'll have y is greater than or equal to negative x minus 2. So I have my y is greater than or equal to negative x minus 2. Now my slope here is going to be negative 1 over 1. And my y-intercept is going to be negative 2. So I'm going to start here at negative 2 and make a point. And this time I'm going to go down and over 1. Down and over 1. All right. Now I'm going to check to see if it needs to be solid or a dash. And because I have an equal to line, it's going to be a solid line. So I'm going to go ahead and use this to make my arrow. So I can get in here straight here, somewhere like that. Okay. Now, my last step, I just want to see if it needs to go above or below. Well, since it's greater than, it's going to have to go above. And go back to the pen. And everything above this line, including on this line, is a solution for this particular equation. So those 3 examples of linear inequalities in 2 variables. Well, thank you for checking out A1 Math and have a nice day.